Hello, folks. Welcome to another exciting episode. Had a slow leak in one tire, and we had a big snow yesterday. Real cold, sub-zero temperatures, or single digits, I should say. And I had a flat yesterday, right before we were about to leave. So repaired that with knowledge I learned from the YouTubes. So I've been still thinking about all this stuff, what the technology enables, and what is good versus what is bad about it. His objective is to pull out the good things, or to build things that make use of the good parts and ignore the bad parts, or bypass the bad parts. It's about those portals. I just want to get out of their portals as much as possible, and we all should. And I know that adoption is not something that comes easily. It's something that needs, if a product or a tool that someone develops is hard to use, that is not the fault of the user. That is the fault of the person who developed it. Someone once said, what is it? A user interface is like a joke. If you have to explain it, it's not good. But a lot of this stuff is difficult. It's difficult to break down. It's difficult to understand. And the question is, do people see the value in it? And there's something that can be balanced there. By providing them with a serious downside, they suddenly become more interested and more driven to work toward a little bit of autonomy, some privacy in their email, privacy in their day-to-day works, day-to-day dealings with people. I had a pretty good session yesterday of just trying to figure these ideas out. I might have to pull out that notebook and just kind of go piece by piece on a stream or something, just to go over these ideas. I want to get them out because talking about them helps, and I am very interested in your input. I do like to hear back from you all because it's just valuable. It's diversity of thought. It's very important. By the way, that's a bumper sticker I want to make. Celebrate diversity of thought. But my initial conclusions were that the tech is being used to, so we start at the beginning. I'm still a capitalist. I still think that people should be able to get what they want. But I think the point is that it's a differentiation between what you want and what you wish. And I think that's the difference. Because a capitalist will say all day long, and as I said all day long, well, they're just fulfilling a need. Need is not the right word. Putting porn everywhere on the internet is not fulfilling a need. Putting cheap and easy stimulation or pleasure is not a need. Making interpersonal relationships take place via these portals and via the internet is not a need. It is a desire. It is a want or a wish. And this is where I'm going to make the distinction here, because I don't think that they're fulfilling a want either. Because I think that if you told people the whole story, that people understand that there are trade-offs for some of these things, they would call it a wish. So if I were to say, I want to be able to have friends and show them only the best parts of my life. No, the answer is not, I want to do that. The correct way to say that is, I wish I could do that and only show my friends the best part of my life without the consequence. And I'm not sure if we're not aware of the consequence or if we know it only subconsciously. The consequence of fulfilling this want is that you don't really connect with your friends. You don't have a deep personal relationship with these people online. And increasingly, you don't have a deep personal relationship with these people who you're related to. I don't think there's any replacement for a personal relationship, a private relationship. I think that the limit of the technology, for the limits of personal relationship technology, and I'm talking about social media in general, I think social media in general is bad. I don't think it's a good idea, except in the venues where it enables something that would not otherwise be possible. So if I'm talking to someone, collaborating with someone in the UK on a project, email is the way we're going to talk about that. I'm not going to fly out there. That's very cost prohibitive. But I can talk with him and possibly build a relationship, a one-on-one relationship, by talking with him back and forth, or talking with someone, or doing basically whatever I can over the technology. Where that gets lost, where that starts to lose value, is where you start to depersonalize. And that's where I think something like a Facebook feed or a Twitter blast, anything that's just kind of for everyone, that's general, anything that's not direct and private. So if I'm talking to someone, because I've had very deep and meaningful developing conversations and relationships with people via email, it's a little bit harder, because you have to convey your emotion textually, but you can still do that, again, if it's one-on-one. I think that once you get into like a reply to all scenario where there's a bunch of people in there, or if you're on Facebook and you're just saying, hey everyone, here's how things are going, it's depersonalized. So my model for this, I think, is we look to online dating. So online dating is you definitely make a deep connection with someone, but you make that deep connection in person. Like you can talk, but eventually it becomes a personal thing. And I'm guessing that the balance, just off the top of my head, is probably 20% electronic and 80% personal. I think that's the cutoff, because I think that when we let these companies get between us and our personal relationships, it's very easy to polarize, it's very easy to stigmatize, it's very easy to dissociate you with someone else. Because before all this social media, you would know people that were, I know someone who's a raging liberal and I'm a staunch conservative and he's just an idiot, but we have dinner every Friday. We argue it out. We hash it out and, whatever. But now it's by breaking down those walls, by breaking down those personal communications, these companies are allowed to, again, I don't think it's intentional, to get between people coming together. And by getting between people coming together, it's easy to polarize. And by making things polarized, it's very easy to raise ire and angst and frustration, and to drive action, useful action. At least whatever the connection is, by making themselves the portal. Again, they're trying to be the portal to as many things as possible. Eventually I'm just going to have to say it's evil. I'm not saying they're trying to be evil, but I'm just saying they want to be the thoroughfare. They want to be the portal through which everyone does more things. That's why there's more stuff in your phone, because they want you to do more stuff through your phone, because it just gives them more information. It's more harvestable data. So I think that the personal relationships need to be 20% online and 80% personal. And it's easy to say, well, I don't have time, I'm very busy. Okay. How much does it matter to you? I mean, how much are you really going to work toward it? That's the question. If you can't make time for a relationship, to meet with someone once every 2 weeks, maybe once a month, just to kind of catch up with them, like, are you really friends? Is anything good coming out of that? The idea is that I think that it's actively detrimental to the relationship to have these communications that are depersonalized and through their portals. Because if we want to talk about something that is evil, it's evil for Facebook to say, Grandma, get on Facebook so you can talk to your grandkids across the country, and then say, Grandma, if you want all your grandkids to know that you love them before your hip replacement surgery, you got to promote your post. All right? Like, you're not going to live forever, okay? You should probably just send us $5, promote the post, make sure all your grandkids know that you might die tomorrow. Like, that's evil. That's, like, It's like supervillain level. And there's no way around it because they put themselves into that portal of personal communication. And that means that, you know, the alternative to that is they say, well, you know, in case it's a family emergency post, and then everyone's going to do family emergency posts just so they can get around that, and then no one's going to pay to promote their posts. Originally it was for businesses. You know, businesses want to promote. That's great. But like for families, for individuals, it's weird and rough and evil. Not good. This also led into this other idea that I've been working on. I'm a pretty solid memer, I think. Some of you might know there's a lot of memes buried in a lot of my content. And I just like memes. I like the inside joke. I like how obtuse it is. I like how weird it is. Most of it winds up being offensive, and I think I figured out why. I think it's because a meme provides a means for it's like a secret code. It's your personal relationship. You're connected with some other person. You know, I can say hit or miss, and someone's gonna be able to answer that. And I know that on some level we are connected. Like that random person over there, we're on the same wavelength somewhere in there, even if we're from completely different walks of life. But at least I know there's a connection. That's human being. That's there, and my tribalism kind of kicks up and like, hey, it's my people. These are my people. But the idea of the meme is an interesting thing from a corporate perspective, and I think part of why a lot of these memes wind up being offensive or intentionally offensive or pointlessly obtuse is to make the joke unmonetizable or not understandable to a corporate influence. Now, if anyone keeps up, corporations are bad at memes, very bad, aside from like, you know, Wendy's on the Twitter, which is just like a memer trader who's doing actual meme work for a corporate overlord, whatever. It is what it is, you make a buck. But I think the point of the meme is to be edgy to the point that it can't be monetized, so that this communication has a level of purity because there's no corporate influence on it. It's like it's the old joke. The highest form of art is writing a joke in a bathroom stall, because no one knows who did it. You know, the artist doesn't take credit for doing it. The artist doesn't see the reaction to it, and like there's no self-aggrandizement in it. It is not elevated in any way. But the idea that it's an art form to be unmonetizable, and that's the objective. The objective is to be offensive in order to be unmonetizable, so that a corporate interest either A, cannot understand it, or B, cannot make money off of it, period. Because it would be, you know, offensive or difficult for their brand if they did. So the idea that, you know, the meme is a pointless meme or an offensive meme, you know, the women are property meme on TikTok, like that's horribly offensive, that no one would want to support advertisements on that. Like it's intentionally offensive in order to escape the corporate influence on that communication. It's beautiful. It's very strange and it's very interesting. I'm always into meme theory, so I'm gonna think about this some more and get back to you. But it's personal communications. It's the big tech companies are trying to wedge themselves into everything, and they're trying to repurpose the tech to work for them more than it works for us. As I said in that other video, the Big Brother video, it's there's freedom in the simple stuff, and I plan on making some videos as far as to like how things are better in text, how things are better. You know, you get basically the same information, but you're not getting attacked by all kinds of different sensory input. You know, a lot of these news sites are just like blinking, flashing. It's like you go into a kid's toy section and everything's brightly colored and popping and usually making noise at you or something. The whole thing's a banner ad. All right, I gotta go. Lots of work today.